Hi there, people of YouTube. Now, you're going to see a video that we filmed just a few nights ago during one of our live broadcasts over a social media channel. And what we did is, you'll notice Bob is in the tank behind us. This is our common boa constrictor. Now, we fed him during the live, and obviously we feed the rats. They're not alive. They're already deceased before we feed them to the actual snakes. But this bit is a bit of a disclaimer because obviously we are feeding a rat to a snake. However, process I found very, very interesting. It takes just over half an hour for the whole process to actually finish. Now, because we were on a live as well, we were also getting comments and questions from people while we were watching. So you will hear me talking over and answering some questions in the background and generally just give a running commentary. So we're going to put it all together. Hope you enjoy it. If you do enjoy it, please feel free to leave a comment below. Let us know what you think. Also, drop us a like as well. And if it's the first time finding our channel, Wings and Things, if you would like to follow the channel as well, that would be even better and fantastic. So, enjoy the feeding of our common boa. If you like what you see, hopefully we'll see you again soon. Take care, folks. In death or do you feed him live animals? Gorilla, we never feed him live food. Feeding live food, to be honest, is actually dangerous for the snake because they don't always feed. So if I was to chuck a live rat in there and he's not hungry, then the actual rat will quite often, the rats can potentially attack the snake. So we never feed live food. Thank you very much, Dave, for the gift. Yeah, to be honest, Carl, he could probably go for one bigger than that. Plus, yes, Chris, plus it's illegal. Yeah. Slovenia, evening. Now, the laws might be slightly different over there in Slovenia, mate. I'm not entirely sure. But in the UK, as SMJ Falkery Chris has just said, in the UK, it's illegal for us to feed live food. The law states that you cannot cause any undue stress or suffering to an animal. So, yeah, sticking a live animal in with another one can cause a bit of stress for them. Yeah. Great. To be honest, some of your larger species of snakes, i.e. kind of the big green anacondas and reticulated pythons and things like that, can potentially go, Burmese pythons, I think that's the holds the record, can potentially go to 18 months with no food whatsoever. Looks like he's having a sniff around it. We'll see what he does with it. He's definitely thinking about it. Generally speaking as well, when they feed, they will start at the head end. Mainly because going from the head end, everything lies the opposite way. So fur goes from head to tail, legs will go from head to tail. Whereas if he starts from the bottom end, everything he's got to manage to push everything the opposite way. What about water? Do they need it every day the same as food? They do drink, and we always make sure there's fresh water available for him. To be honest, Gorilla, in his enclosure, he's got a big pond. There you go. So we always make sure there's fresh water available for them because they drink very similar to like a cat does. They lap. 208,000 likes. Thank you very much. He's cuddling it. Yeah. Oh, he's decided friend, not food. Yeah. It is funny watching a snake drink, isn't it, Sarah? Yeah, thank you, Haley. This is Bob. He is a common boa. Callum, evening, mate. How are you? Whiskey, to be honest, mate, I don't want to put my hand there now because if he is even thinking about feeding, then any kind of sudden movements might encourage him to strike. Even though I trust Bob in the way that I handle him and stuff, I don't really want to stick my hand in there now. He's chilling. It's a fluffy pillow. Yeah, yeah. I think what we might do in a minute is we'll have a look at some of the baby snakes just while he's thinking about what he's doing with that. Reese, oh, you've got a salmon pink. They're nice. We beat the taps from the other. Oh God, yeah, we have 216,000. Definitely beat the taps from the other night, folks. Cass, yeah, when you see a tortoise drink, looks like it's drowning itself. Frankie, have I got any milk snakes? No, I haven't actually. We've got a couple of ball pythons and we've got some young corn snakes as well. Has he gone to sleep? Yeah. He's moving. Believe it or not, he is actually moving very, very, very slowly. If anybody's wondering what the light is that keeps clicking on and off, it's the heat lamp. So the heat lamp's on the thermostat. So on the shelf above him, it will get to max temperature of about 28 degrees, and then as soon as it drops below 26, it turns itself back on again. Squeaky sneezes, yeah. Reese, thank you very much for the follow, mate. This might be a bit of a long evening, folks, if we're going to sit and watch him try and feed. However, he is having a bit of a mooch around, so... Do snakes get cold? Absolutely, Rick. Hence why we have the high temperatures within the vivs. Snakes are cold-blooded, which doesn't mean they've got cold blood. It means they can't regulate their own body temperatures. So you need to make sure that the external surroundings are the temperatures that they need. Liam, yeah. He's gone shy. He is definitely thinking about it though, because if he wasn't, he'd have moved off completely. Oh, Nick, was at the front door before? Harry, no, we don't go live every night, mate. We go live on, generally speaking, Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. 2 hours and 10 minutes, and we've done 225,000 likes. Excellent, guys. Abby, generally I don't use tongs from him. I just usually let him find it for himself. And what he is doing now, he is looking for what end to start feeding from. Yeah, Harry, generally speaking, we go live on, like I say, Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays from 7 p.m. We have to do this for our Purple Passion. So most of my, apart from, well, the corns at the moment are a bit little. They're not very good strikey feeders yet, but and my two Royals both feed off the floor like this as well. Here we go. It would have done, wouldn't it, Chris? Yeah, yeah. There you go. So what he's done, he's smelt round for the head. Because they can taste a single molecule, what they're actually smelling for is they're smelling for brain fluid, so they know which end to start from. So he's now located the head, and away we go. There you go, whiskey. Now what you'll see him doing as well is, can you see how he's kind of walking with his jaw? So people will say that snakes dislocate the jaw. There we go, we've got the head in the right way now. They'll say that they dislocate the jaws. Snakes don't actually dislocate the jaw because they're not joined in the first place. They've got 4 completely separate jaw bones, top and bottom. And then on each jawbone we've got several rows of teeth. The teeth are all angled backwards. So what they do is they walk their jawbones down. You can see the neck muscles going like, hey, there you go. So these are getting involved as well. So the teeth will basically sink into the food and help to drag it backwards. And then once it gets to about here, then you'll see the neck muscles kind of really take over. Get that finger away, lol. The thing is, Kev, though, once he's got something in his mouth, they really can't do anything until they've swallowed it. Once they've got it to kind of, well, a little bit further down, he really can't do anything until he's swallowed it. It's got to go all the way down. So at this moment in time, this is when the snake is at its most vulnerable. From this point here, Ree, it's going to take probably about 15 minutes. 10-15 minutes, and that'll all be in and gone. Cucumber, once the neck muscles have taken over, it can't spit it back out again. It's really weird. They've got to go all the way. It's got to take it all the way in. Once it's all the way down, they can regurgitate it back out. But because the way that it's all designed, it's designed to drag one way in, and that's it. What we're going to do, folks, is I think we're going to have a bit of a close-up. There we go. Why would I want to say beans for you? It's a bit of a random one, but anyway. Cheers, Chris, for the crab. Hey, up, it's on the branch at the back. So yeah, you can see kind of the obviously the independence of the jawbones, top and bottom, working on their own. But then also once they get to about here, then this will all start pulling it in as well. 240,000 likes, mate. Thank you very much. Bill's tell on Rich. Love seeing nature do its thing. Excellent. Thank you very much, guys. Alice, the snake is eating a rat. Obviously, be aware the rat was already deceased before we fed it. Obviously, in the UK, it's illegal for us to feed live food to our snakes. Katie, yes, it is. Oh, is it our only? I read that wrong, Katie. Is that? I thought it is. This is your own? Katie, no, it's not. We'll just have a quick. Oh, I'll come out of there for a second. We've got some other snakes and tortoises and geckos and a few other bits. These have got some baby corn snakes in at the moment, as well as the birds that we keep too. Here you go. I've never seen this before. Whoa. See, some people actually, you can see now that the rat is kind of about here. The head of the rat is about here somewhere. You can see how it's started to extend and stretch. Katie, yes, it is. Max, hello, Max. I'm not quite sure what you said there, but yeah. Busy. He is a common boa constrictor, and his name is Bob. Carl, thanks for the repost, mate. Chicken nugget. I just turned on TikTok. They are non-venomous, yeah. So these are constrictors. Scouse lad, thank you for the follow, mate. Lynn, I would love a snake. My husband won't entertain the idea though. No, unfortunately, snakes have got a bit of a bad reputation, and 99% of it is completely unjustified. But yeah, how is he breathing? Through his nostrils, on the top here. But what they can also do as well, their breathe pipe, their wind pipe, they can actually extend it, and sometimes you'll see it sticking out the side of the mouth as well to help them to breathe. Luckily, Matt, your niece has a farm with lots of snakes. Okay. Would that be in the UK, so grass snakes and stuff, or is that somewhere else? Max's follow. Thank you very much, Max. I missed that one. Sorry, matey. Cheers, Max. Busy, thank you very much for the follow. Matty C, thank you for the follow. Caswell, how are you? What's that for? Scanlon, thank you very much for the share, mate. Massively appreciated. Poppy Slay, thank you for the follow. Brum, yeah, he's a boy actually, buddy. But yeah, he's definitely back on the food, as you can see. Cheers, Nick. Chicken nuggets, do they only eat rats? No, they could eat different things as well. Predominantly I feed him on rats, but we could feed him on other prey items as well. The general rule of thumb is whatever the fattest point at the girth is, so here, about here, that's what he'll fit through his mouth. So in theory, we could feed... Oh, hang on, my phone's not standing up again. In theory, we could feed kind of everything from small rabbits to guinea pigs to all sorts of stuff. Liberty, how often does he eat? At the moment, he eats about once a week. However, depending on the time of year, sometimes he will go into kind of a fast thing and not feed for... His record at the moment for not feeding is about 4 months. She runs a farm with alpacas and lots of farm animals in the UK. Has lots of reptiles. Oh, that's always good then. Excellent. Rachel, yes, it's frozen thawed. Thank you for the roses, folks. Scanlan, thank you very much for the rose. Loz, it'll take him from start to finish once he's actually started eating about kind of 15 minutes or so. Whiskey. Potentially you could eat a squirrel. Obviously it depends how the squirrel's been caught and what have you, but yeah. He would predominantly eat more rodents than birds. There is the off chance that he could eat a bird as well. Ice, thank you very much. Dave, thank you very much for sharing, bud. Lynn, thank you for the heart. And Lynn, thank you for becoming a team member, number 47. Caitlin, thank you very much. Oh, here we go. Somebody's just reported us, folks. Your live is not eligible for recommendations and restricted in such results because it contains potential distressing material and may cause fear. This is in line with the For You feedability standard under community guidelines. Wondered how long that'd take. So yes, folks, we have been restricted on our live because we're feeding the rat. I don't know. Yeah. What that means is, I think at the moment what it means is that we're not likely to get any new viewers. It's just going to be you guys. So thanks for sticking with us anyway. Yeah. We did warn people when we started, and we did tell people that it was already deceased. So yeah. All the more for us then. Exactly, Kev. Donna, to be honest, this isn't why I do it. That's one of the reasons why I don't do it very often, because every time we do it, we get kind of restricted or something. So, Cucumber, I think we might have to do that from now on. So yeah, if you do fancy seeing more kind of snake feeds and stuff like that, then I think it might have to be just the subscriber only thing from now on. Haley, I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to suggest the person that did report us wasn't a meat eater. User 36, thank you very much for the follow, buddy. And if you've noticed, since we got restricted, we've just dropped in numbers of viewers as well. Yeah, actually, yeah, Chris, I forgot that because I watched somebody else's for a short period before I jumped out. I got knocked out. Yeah, I was watching Lincolnshire Wildlife Park, Steve and his parrots. Yeah, Bob definitely doesn't like lettuce, no. Harry, take care, mate. Thank you for coming in. We'll see you soon. John, we have to be careful about. Well, yeah, I'm not saying you're wrong, no. User 3, he is just about 9 foot actually. Lynn, thank you very much for the roses. Oh, somebody just shared the live. Con, you just shared the live. I didn't think it was allowed to be shared anymore, but thank you anyway. Caitlin, how long does it take them to digest it? So he'll digest that over the next 7 days. That's big. He's a small one, to be honest. But if he was a female, we'd be looking at around about 12 foot, 12, 13 foot, somewhere around there. John, I think it is when I'm feeding the birds. One, birds look prettier and cuter and all that sort of jazz, and two, they don't see the food the same way. Yeah, Caitlin. So females are always bigger than males. It's nature. It is absolutely. Like I say, he's started feeding. He's been feeding now for what, about 10 minutes or so. And we're about halfway down the rat. The rat is what we class as a large rat. So it's probably about from head to bottom, not including the tail. Probably about 7 or 8 inches. Put some feathers on Bob, yeah. Yeah, he fed it 9:12. That's very precise, Carl, that is, mate. Yeah. Oh, that night when we fed Xena a rat and she ripped its head off. But yeah, can you see as well now, actually, let's turn the camera slightly. Can you see now how the rest of his body is starting to pull back as well? So his neck, you can see his neck muscle kind of turning here. Let me go. See how it's S-ing? So how this neck muscle is now S-ing. So what that's doing is that's pulling the food as well now, down there. So his jaws will be working at this end, and now his neck muscles are taking over. It's at that point that the food's only really going one way, and that's down. Oh, did you, Carl? All right, mate. Yeah. Lynn, I'd have to be careful because of disease, and also as well, if you catch a wild rat, there's also a good chance that it's been poisoned. So yeah, no, we'd never feed like wild caught stuff. Everything's been kind of bred in captivity, and we know it's clean and safe that way. Caitlin, I'm actually enjoying this live to say I'm scared of snakes. Caitlin, that's amazing. See, one of the things, because I do some work occasionally with people with fears and phobias. The biggest thing to get over any fear or phobia is to actually understand what they're doing. Education is a massive thing about it all. Bob now identifies as a Harris Hawk. Yeah. See, as well, that's another thing, Grace. The way that a snake feeds, it's not messy. It doesn't. There's no blood or gore or anything like that. Everything disappears in one. So it's very clean. It's very kind of clinical almost. Lynn's phobia is rats. So yeah, okay, that's not too bad then, is it? What Ree said she was scared of spiders. There we go. That will disappear really quickly now because it's so far down into the rest of the body. This will now start to disappear a lot quicker. Gorilla, everything gets digested, the whole lot. The stomach acids and stomach enzymes in a snake are really, really, really strong. John, salad for him next time, yeah. We'll be on 282,000 likes, folks. Bob the Vegan Boa. Grace, right, this is going to sound really bizarre. They're as far as I know, the website's still active. But there is a website out there that's being run by a group of students that are trying to raise funds to do research into veganizing carnivores. So trying to make carnivores active vegans. And they're not just looking at it as in captive stuff. They're looking at it as in they want to turn wild carnivores into vegans. No, I'm not joking, Lynn. Haley, I can't say that, but yeah. It was the website was out there. It was still live about a year ago. And the website was called Veganizing Carnivores. Now, just before we disappear into the mouth, let's see if we can get a bit closer. Can you hang on? Oh, sorry, folks. Hang on. Are you back? If I come close, you can see its teeth. Can you see them tiny teeth at the edges? Now, I don't know if you can see. If he does it in a minute, you'll probably be able to see the windpipe in a minute. There, can you see that? Just down in the middle then. There at the end. There we go. That's so good I just swallow that. Yeah, can you see how basically that was being pulled in by its neck muscles, not its teeth? Jay, magnificent view that. Thank you very much, mate. Oh, hang on. He's moving about a bit now, though. What'll happen in a minute as well is once that's gone down a bit further, he'll yawn. And what the yawn does, it puts all his jaw bones back into the right position. And I don't know if you've noticed as well, I don't know if anybody's noticed, he's actually, from an injury fairly few years ago, we've got a bit of an injured nostril on one side, but what he should do in a minute is he should yawn. Tail disappeared like spaghetti. Yeah. Yeah, did you see the windpipe open up and then close again when he wasn't breathing? User, what am I feeding next? To be honest, I am actually going to put some little ones, some mice in with some little snakes, but we won't be watching them feed tonight. And then I think I will call it a night because one, I need a drink, my voice is going, and two, the wife's just told me there's some waffles on the fridge for me. Folky, could it eat another if you had it? Potentially, yes. Gorilla, thank you very much, mate. Not a problem. And thank you very much for... was it Slovenia you said you were from? Thank you for watching from over there. That would be that was fantastic. I'm just waiting for him to yawn. Here we go. Kev, waffles on top of the cooker. That was it. Here you go, Kev. You're going to stretch your mouth and open up. Oh no, when they open, they will fully stretch their mouth wide open. Thank you from Plymouth. No, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching that, folks. I did say it was a bit long, just over half an hour of a feeding. But yes, thank you for watching. Hope you found that interesting. Don't forget, folks, to give us a like and a follow if you want to see any more stuff that we get up to. But from me and from Bob, enjoy the rest of your day. Take care, guys.